Hi everybody, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So this is going to be a story time video, and it's not going to be a funny story time. This is about, childhood trauma and PTSD, but I feel like it'll be therapeutic for me to tell this story. And I've always been kind of afraid to be really open with this story because who cares about me, for one thing, and also my siblings, if they were to hear the story, they'd be like, no, that's a lie, that's not how it happened. But I know. Hi, weirdos! There's these weird little birds I always have to say hello to. But I know how this happened. I know what went down, and the truth of the matter is none of them were there. They only got my mother's side of the story, which always, any story she tells, always shines her in a positive light, and was almost always untrue. She was a master at gaslighting, and she would do it with what's going on up here? She would gaslight my siblings with the simplest, stupidest, silliest little things, and it was all just a way to get them to see things her way, see things the way she wanted them to happen, or the way she wanted people to believe they happened. She's such a narcissist. But anyway, so here's the story. So y'all may remember, if you watched my videos in the past, that when I was a little girl, I had broke my arm roller skating, and my mom said it was God punishing me for not listening to her, whatever. And which of course now I know is ridiculous, but God doesn't punish 6-year-olds with violence, physical violence. But anyway, the day I got my cast taken off, I'm outside playing with my friends, happy that my cast was off and I was free, and I get hit by a motorcycle. Total accident. I got an itch. The guy did not do it on purpose. It was a complete accident. And I know that I lost consciousness for maybe a minute or two, but I heard my mother, because neighbors, all the kids are outside, all the neighbors, and I heard my mother say, I can lay there until my father gets home. She said that. Now, again, if my siblings were to tell this story, it would be a totally different thing, because they, even to this day, she's been dead 10 years, even to this day, they're still her prisoner. They're still brainwashed by her. And I remember horrible things she's said to and about all of them, but it just seems like none of it matters now. And maybe it shouldn't matter to me, but it does matter to me that my mother said I can lay there until my father gets home. I had blood coming out of my mouth, which ended up I bit the inside of my mouth. It was just that, and I ended up not being that seriously injured. I mean, it was serious to the point that I was out of school for a few weeks, and I had a lot of stomach problems afterwards. But it wasn't serious, I wasn't going to die from it. And I had no broken bones or anything. But, yeah, so, but it was, the serious part to me was hearing my mom say, I'm 6 years old, hearing my mom say, I can lay there until my father gets home, because I didn't listen to her. What was I supposed to listen to? I was outside playing as I was commanded to do, and it was a total accident, but I can lay there until my father gets home. But anyway, my siblings will, hi kitty, that was a pretty cat. My siblings will never tell that story, because I guarantee you that is not the story they were told. They weren't there. I think some of them may insist they were there. They were not there. They weren't present when it happened. They didn't see it happen. And I believe this is one of the reasons why one of the many reasons I've just cut myself off from them, because I feel like they're still hypnotized by her or whatever. And I can't let that go. And that's not the only thing. There's other things too. She's she's done and said the cruelest things you could imagine from a mother, but, you know, it's all been mainly emotional and verbal abuse. So, I burped, sorry. But that, you know, that's not abuse. You weren't physically injured or anything. But, anyway, so I kind of wanted to tell y'all that story. And that's kind of my PTSD story. I will sometimes be in a stressful situation and I'll think of that. Or, I'll be built, I'll have, how do I word this? Like, I'll feel like my mother, excuse me, sorry. I'll feel like my mother is going to come out in this person or that person. Like, I always think that I'm going to be in trouble. He's going to be mad at me. You're going to be mad at me because of this thing that didn't actually happen. But because she would always imagine things in her head, and that was the gospel. That was the way it was. And if she imagined it in her head, and you never knew when it was going to happen, everything could be perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden she turns on you. And I kind of feel like I have a relationship like that now, where everything is fine, and then all of a sudden the person turns on me. But we'll see if that's what it is. But my mother was like that. Everything would be fine, and then all of a sudden she'd turn on you, and you'd have no idea why or what happened, and it was just this horrible emotional nightmare. And then to hear her say, I can lay there till my father gets home because I didn't listen to her, because she made it about her. It's always about her. So anyway, sorry, this is going on longer than I thought. So about 2 or 3 years ago, I was driving in town, and I was stopped at a red light, and then there was a guy on a motorcycle. He stopped at a red light, but the car behind him hit him, and he was thrown from the bike. And when I saw this happen, I panicked. I was having a panic attack and breathing and all this, like the freaking out. And as I recall, he was fine. He stood up and got back on his bike. Everything was fine, but I totally panicked, and my light turned green, and I was alone, and I couldn't function for a while. And thank God the people behind me weren't a-holes, and they helped. But I feel so stupid now that happened, and when I think about it, I'm like, that's so stupid. I'm such a drama queen. But I had no control over what had happened. And yet I'm still blaming myself for it. And I still find myself blaming myself for things when I know it wasn't me. It's all her. And I know people say you can't blame your parents for everything. And see, I think you can. If it's their fault, you can blame them. You're an adult now. It's your job to fix the problem now. And I'm doing that. I'm you know, making steps to improve my psyche. But you know, there are people in my life that drag it back down, and I'm not going to talk about them. Because I think that's in them, and I don't know. I'm sorry if this is confusing or not clear enough to you. I do apologize for that, but I really just wanted to tell you the story about me getting hit by a motorcycle and my mother telling me I can lay there until my dad gets home. That is messed up. So, all right, well, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you. It wasn't really a fun story time, and I'm sorry. And, you know, again, my siblings see this, they are going to be like, you're full of it. But I think, you know, I'm brave enough now to where I don't care. I know what the truth is. I know what happened, and I'm going to tell this story to anybody that'll listen, because I know what happened. You know, and I'll see people that knew my mom or whatever, like, oh, how is she? And I'm like, she's dead. And I know it sounds horrible of me, but I'm free. I was never truly free until she was gone. So, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but that is how I feel. And I feel like even with her gone for 10 years now, my other siblings, even the ones that weren't close to her, I feel like they're all still her victims, her prisoners. And I don't know if it's like a weak-mindedness or just they want to believe the best in her or whatever. But for me, that was the best. Saying I can lay there until my dad got home. That was the best of her. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this made you sad or pissed you off or whatever. If you don't like it, you can definitely thumbs down it. This is therapy for me, and I just wanted to get it out there. So thanks so much, and I will talk to all of you later with a much more happier video. Bye! And yeah, I just want to add, I'm sorry if this upsets people, but you know, when your own mother sits on your soul and crushes it regularly, that can cause PTSD, and there's nothing you can do because you're a child and they're your mother. But and I do blame the neighbors too for not, you know, for being complicit in this. So, all right, thanks for watching. Bye.